Alright, so today we're going to be making a Bukkit plugin, and I'm going to assume you have some Java knowledge and that you have Eclipse installed, because Eclipse is the IDE which I will use. Okay, so to start off with, we'll just create a new Java project, call it what you want, and I'll just call it tutorial next door because you'll see why later on. Okay, and you'll have your source folder and that appear. Now what you want to do, you're going to want to go onto that and go on to dl.bukkit.org. From there, go to alternate versions. Then download beta build and just wait for that to download. And basically you're going to save that to a folder which you know where it is, so we can access it. And put it this way, if we didn't have it, our plugin would not work, simply said. Alright, download's nearly done. Come on. Right, I'm just going to move this to a folder I made previously. I'm just going to, yeah, you have it there. Point is, that is what you want. Then go on to your project, right click, properties, Java build path, libraries, add external jars, and you're going to want to go to that folder and click on that, open, so it looks just like that. Click OK. Right, and that's that done. Now right click on the project name there, new file, and call this plugin.yml. By default mine will open in Notepad++. I recommend it because it's very good. The first line of the plugin.yml will be name, colon, then the name of your plugin, next door, main, colon, this is basically the path of which is to your main class. I'll explain that in a minute. I'll call mine me.theguyNextDoor.tutorial nextdoor.tutorial nextdoor. Next line we just do version 0.1, and for now we can leave it at that. Basically, that is your package name. That will be your class which extends Java plugin. You'll see in a minute. Right, now source new class in the package bit, me.theguyNextDoor.tutorial next door, and then my main class tutorial next door. Right, simple. Now if you see here, me.theguyNextDoor.tutorial next door, that's my package name, me.theguyNextDoor.tutorial next door, and then my main class tutorial next door, there, tutorial next door. Okay, good. Now in this class wants to extend Java plugin. Then you want to import that. Okay. Control space on enable. So this method is called when your plugin starts up. So when the server loads and your plugin's enabled, you have this. To prepare for stuff later, plugin manager PM equals this dot get server dot get plugin manager, and you want to import plugin manager. Okay. Now on the next line, pm dot, because that's what we called our plugin manager variable there, dot register events, and it takes a listener and a plugin as parameters. So a listener be a new tutorial listener with this as its, and then after the colon put this, because the plugin variable we're referring to is this class. Right, create the listener class. It will have the interface listener. So this public class tutorial listener implements listener. This is how you can do all your events and stuff. The first thing we're going to do in our listener class is going to make a constructor, because as you saw back here, we have this in the brackets. So what we're going to do here is the name of your main class followed by plugin. Okay, so now whenever we refer to plugin, we're referring to this class. And so if we make the actual constructor, control space, enter, tutorial next door instance, and then plugin equals instance. We won't use this to start with, but basically now if we were to put a config file in, we can access our variables. Let's see, error's gone away, and yeah, we can use our configuration file from another class. So now the way you do events in Bukkit is that you do at event handler public void, call it whatever you want. For this tutorial we'll do the simple join message, why not? Call it what you want, yeah, it doesn't need to be called anything particular. Player join, and this is a player join event, and we'll call the event E. Right, you want to import event handler, and you want to import your event. If you want to know what events there is a very useful thing here, the Java docs, with all your events and stuff somewhere in here. Just look where they are. Let's see all your events there. Block damage, or block break, that's a very common one that people use. Entity death event, so when an entity dies. All those events, yep, you can use them. Now, with our event, we're going to have a player variable, player equals E, so the event dot get player, so that, and import player. So that there, whenever we refer to player, we're referring to the player in the event. And just for basic stuff, player dot send message, so we'll send them a message, hello there. There we go, lovely jubbly. And because we've registered our event, we've registered the listener, should I say, we don't need to do any more than that. And technically we can export this, so go on there, make sure your thing is refreshed because we edited the plugin.yml earlier, and you want to do export Java jar file. Next, have that include all of them, only have those ticked. Now jar file, export destination, browse, find where you want it to be exported to. In the plugins folder of a server would be preferable, and call it the name you put in your plugin.yml. So tutorial next door for me. Finish. Now if we open up that folder in plugins, there it is. Now if we run the server, start server, come on. It's nearly done, right? Oh, yep.